Hey everybody, welcome back. So I have something really awesome for you today. If you're new to ham radio, or if you're interested in ham radio, it's a way to get a whole lot of gear very inexpensively and a little improvement over the older Baofeng UV5Rs. This is the TIDRADIO UV5Rs. Let's check them out. Alright folks, welcome back. So we got a lot to cover in this video. I don't want to make this like a 30-minute video. We're going to cover the basics really quick. I want to show you what comes with this kit. Now this comes all together in one kit for $69.99. There is also, at the time of making of this video, an extra $15 coupon that's right underneath the price on Amazon. I will give you a link to that and you'll see it right under the price where it says the price. There's a little thing. You click that little box and you'll save you another $15. So you're going to be able to get two radios, all the upgrades, all the cool stuff, programming cable too, upgraded antennas, everything for under 70 bucks. Really, really good deal. Now, as far as the radios go, this is TIDRADIO's version of the UV5R. Okay, it's the TD UV5R. And this has been upgraded somewhat. Some of the upgrades are 50 CTCS tones, 105 DCS, 128 menu channels covering the most common frequency range. It's compatible with the Baofeng radios also, and it will use their batteries as well. So if you have a Baofeng UV5R, I know I have my original I bought right when they came out, and it's been a little buggy, but it works. It does what it's supposed to do. I haven't put it on a scope or anything to measure its signal or how bad or in and out of band it is, but I do know that these, as opposed to that one, are FCC approved. They actually do have a number on them. You'll see it on the back here. There's your FCC ID number. So these are legit radios, okay? They have been FCC approved, they've been tested, and it's passed Part 15B tests and Part 97 tests. So these are a greatly improved radio for what you're getting. They're still affordable, which is really cool. And with this kit here, with this set, it's just amazing. So what you're going to get, two 3800 milliamp hour batteries, okay? Two clips, the programming cable. It will work with Chirp. You just download it. I also have another way to program it. We'll show that later on in the video. Two little microphone earpieces, two chargers, two standard antennas, and two of these antennas. This is the TD771. These antennas seem to be working quite well. I have tested it out a whole lot. Now, really quickly, the battery life on these bigger batteries is way, way improved. You get about 2.5 days of listening time. All right, so you're going to have a lot of time to listen in on it. And you'll probably get about, I would say, about 12 to 13 hours of transmit on and off, depending on how heavily you transmit. However, again, my little test for this is leaving it outside on all night. Left it on outside on all night here, just sitting out here on a frequency that I know would have some traffic on it. I still had three or four bars, I forget. It was one down from the full bars on it. So really not complaining, and I did charge them up. Now, the interesting thing about these batteries is they do have a way to charge them. However, the charging thing was not included in it. I just wanted to show you that. There is no USB-C anywhere on here to plug in. I would have liked to see them include that. But not a deal breaker. These are awesome batteries. They last a good long time. I'm still using my original one from Baofeng. And it still holds a charge and works great and does very, very well on my original UV5R. I haven't put the clips on these yet. I will, of course, when we continue the video. The chargers are very nice. They fit in there, nice and easy to use. They do not have that annoying flashing light. My original Baofeng charger would flash red and green till you put the radio in. So leaving it plugged in was kind of annoying. These just stay green till you put your radio in and then they turn off. Or they go red while they're charging and turn green when they're done. The antenna performance is definitely good. It's on par with the other extended antenna that I purchased for my Baofeng UV5R. And all in all, this just feels like a better radio in my hand. It feels like they put a little more effort into it. It's still plastic, but it definitely feels like a better radio in my hand. Gotta say, so far, been impressed with it. Now, I haven't done any kind of long-range testing. We are going to test this from about a mile and a half out like I do. I go down to where my friend's radio station is, and I transmit from there. So we are going to test it out really quick, but I do want to put everything together and show you how I program them. Now, these are compatible with Chirp. They also have a program on their website you can download, and they'll explain all this stuff to you. They have the little things in here that will show you how to go to the site, download all this stuff. And another nice thing about this is the user manual is very well written. There is nothing in here that's ambiguous or confusing, okay? Very, very easy to understand. All your buttons are laid out. Everything tells you your receive strength, your signal strength, your low power, high power, Vox enabled. Everything shows nice and clear. The first Baofeng manuals were kind of sketchy and questionable. So that right there is an improvement. They do have a little flyer that they place inside here. I will show it to you quickly. It's the Quick Start User's Guide that will show you how to do it with Chirp, what driver to download from them. And I did do it with Chirp, but I prefer doing it wirelessly. We'll get into their wireless programmer in a sec. But first thing I want to do is kind of show you around the radio, test out and see what kind of power we're getting out of this. At least they don't have any ridiculous claims. They're like 25 watts of power. So let's put the radio together, try it out with a little bit of a test, and see what we're getting out of these. Alright, so we got them all together with the stock antennas. We are going to test the stock antennas first. I did put the clips on. A little bit easier to put on there. You do have a section here for your speaker mic. I forgot to show you that. It's just your standard 2-pin speaker mic. Your monitor button is there, so if you wanted to, I'll turn it on. I have put my call sign in there. The monitor button is there, so if you wanted to listen to stuff with the squelch off, you can. Your call button is up top, and your FM, so you can tune into FM. And your light is on top there too as well. So it's a very neat little system. The light, again, the light's not going to, let you get found in the dark. And if you notice, it is a little off center on that one, but it does work. This is the one I programmed, so this is the one we're messing with today. Now what we're going to do first is connect this little watt meter and SWR meter. We're going to check out the antenna and see what kind of watts we're getting out of the unit. Alright, so I got this on the SWR setting first. We're just testing out this little antenna. Generally, as a rule, I tell people get rid of them the minute you get them. So let's test it out here. 1.5, 1.6, not great, but acceptable for an HT. As we saw, there was the power. Let's see what we're getting for a power reading. 3.8 watts. Okay. So all in all, that's 4.2, 4.1. It's a little bit higher. Not bad. What we're going to do is put on the larger antenna, and this is the one they supplied. We're going to put on the larger antenna and test out those specs again. Now, something I did forget to tell you was I was transmitting on Simplex 14652. Really, really quick, just to get a baseline here. A 1.01 SWR. Got a feeling the power level, oh yeah, power level is definitely higher on this. So we're getting about a 4.7, 4.8. So all in all, pretty cool. Definitely use the upgraded antennas. We will be using those for our audio test here today. When we try it out, we're going to be, like I said, I'm going to be about a mile and a half down the road. We're going to edit the video footage, so you don't have to stare at a radio for 5 minutes while I drive there. And we're going to try out the audio. But I definitely like the upgraded antennas. That's definitely an improvement. Very happy with that. And by the way, folks, if you have not purchased one of these little watt meters for your HTs, get one. It really helps, especially with all these HTs coming on the market. It's all a bunch of guesswork. You don't know the power ratings. You have to rely on what companies say. So I would say that's a pretty good, solid, 4.5 to 5 watt HT, depending on the frequency. So all in all, definitely a very cool system. I like the fact that they give you the upgraded antennas, and they fit very well on the radio, and they don't make it too top heavy or anything. They are very flexible, as you can tell. So
channel mode.
I have it all set up. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to pick a frequency off the main simplex frequency there, because I don't want to tie that up if somebody's trying to talk on it. And I'm going to drive about a mile and a half down the road and try it out. We'll see what it sounds like. I'm going to be using this one with the upgraded antenna as well. I haven't programmed this one. We'll get into programming in a second. I haven't programmed this one yet, so I'm just going to punch in a simplex frequency on it. So let me get that all set up and I'll bring you back. Alright, so I'm going to leave this in front of you here. We are going to cut it right to where I start talking. I'm going to leave the camera running, and I'm going to drive down the street really quick, and I'm going to transmit, and we're going to see how well this how good this sounds. A mile and a half is really not a challenge, especially out here with open, flat land. But it's still nice to see the sound quality. I can tell you right now the sound quality in these is 1,000% better than the original Baofengs. So I'm going to leave it on here, and as you can tell, let me see if I got the volume up. Yep, volume's up, and we're going to drive down the street, and I'll talk to you in a second. Alright, this is W6UTC. I'm about a mile and a half down from my house. We are testing out the TIDRADIO UB5R for IRIDIUM. And I'm just trying to see what the sound quality sounds like on 2 meters here, simplex. This is W6UTC clear and off frequency. Alright, so I played the audio back, very impressed with the sound. They do sound a little cleaner and better than the original UV5Rs. They're not very tinny speaker, crummy sounding, you know, they actually sound pretty good. So, definitely works from a mile and a half away, but again, not a really big, huge range test. I am going to be putting in a repeater here that is on the Vegas side of the mountain here. We're on the Pahrump side of the mountain. And I'm going to see if I can hit that. It's up. It's kind of in the middle of it. But we're going to show you how to program first, but I want to show you the menu quickly. If you go into here and you get into the menu, okay? And it works just like a traditional Baofeng. You've got your squelch levels, your reset, your Roger beep off, your messages, repeater sites, all that. The band, transmit and receive, I just keep it all blue. These are memory channels, offset, because I have it on a simplex frequency here. But this will program very, very easily. This isn't like the original Baofeng that was difficult to program. You're going to get all that information up there, put it in there, and then store it and pick a channel to store it in. And it's very, very simple. Very easy to do. This isn't difficult. This is just like an ICOM or Yaesu as far as programming goes. Not difficult at all. To change the setting, let's go into something I can change and you'd actually see it. All right, let's go to menu here.
Voice prompts.
You can turn it off, on, Chinese, English. So we want to confirm that. We'll hit menu again.
Confirm.
And it's done. And when you're done with it, you just turn it off and it'll fade out of that, or it'll just go back into regular mode in a few seconds. All in all, good solid radio so far. We are going to now check out programming. So that's how you program it manually. You program this similar to any other radio that you've done. You're going to put in all your offsets, your frequency, your PL tones, all that. And then you're going to put in your offset for the repeater. And then you're going to just store it in radio's memory, and you're good to go. So, let us show you the next feature. This is something that wasn't sent in the box, but this is something that TIDRADIO does offer. This is their wireless Bluetooth programmer. You've seen me review this a while back. This is a newer version of it. Seems to work a lot better with OD Master, which is the program you can download to use this. One of my concerns with OD Master is I don't understand why they have a social media component to it. I think it should really just be for radio. There is like a social media thing, and you can go on there and talk to your friends and all that stuff too. That's my only complaint with OD Master, the app for this. I will show you the app in a second, but first we're going to connect this into here, turn it on, and we're going to move the camera in a little bit so you can see it connect. And I'll show you how to program this radio with Bluetooth. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but I have this plugged into the speaker and mic area, and I have that little blue light on over there. Here is the program itself. You will get to that. You're going to pick your radio out, which is a TIDRADIO. See, TIDRADIO UV5R. Now we're going to connect to Bluetooth. Okay, I'm going to click on here. There's the kit showing up there. To do that, you're just going to hit this button here. I hope you can see that. There we go. And we are now connected. See, connection succeeded. So if I want to go program something, I did put a frequency in here. I believe it's channel 5. Okay. These are, yep, that's it there. So this is how you'll program. You go through 0, 1, 2, and you can choose, like I put local repeater in here. Okay, that's a local repeater for us here. But you choose a channel, so I went to 5. Now what I did was I put in the receive frequency, your transmit frequency, your decode, which is off, your encoder, which is 100, PL of 100. And here are all the other settings on here. Okay, I don't actually know the call sign of it because I put it down there if I did, but you can put a name in there. Now if I want to write this to the radio, okay, I'm going to hit write. You can save it and you can program offline. You don't need to connect to the radio to do this. I can sit here all day long and save frequencies. You know, if I have a sheet in my house and my radio stuff's out in the garage, I can take this into my desk, type in all my information, hit save, and I'll show you what it looks like. It'll come up saved to this receive transmit list. You go confirm. Now when I get out here, okay, and I want to put it in my radio, I got my thing on, my radio on, I hit write, and it sends it over. See, it's sending it over. That means channel 5 will be this repeater that I was telling you about. Now there are a bunch of pre-programmed frequencies in here. Be careful what you transmit on. Some of them are not, I mean, this thing is locked to ham frequencies, but some of them are not where you want to be transmitting. There might be inputs of repeaters and stuff like that. So we're done. So here's 4. Okay, this is in VFO. You can do it in VFO or memory mode. I'm going to take this out of here so you can actually hear it.
5.
And there it is, 14688. I want to see if I can hit this repeater really quick. I'm going to pick up the radio so you can see it, but let's see if I can hit it. W6UTC test. Yep, that is awesome. Okay, cool. So we definitely got that put in there right. And there's your offset frequency. I want to show you that. Seeing 14688, and then you go 146280. So there you go. It's all set. You're actually able to hit that repeater from here, and that was how easily I programmed that into number 5. Now you'll notice now, because I've unplugged that, I can't talk to the radio anymore, of course. But that's the cool part. If I want to move on to, say, channel 6. Now channel 6 has some crazy 440 frequency in there, and I want to program this for a new repeater. I'll just type in my receive frequency, type in my transmit frequency, my either decode or encode PL tones, my transmit power, wide or narrow band, my push to talk ID, all that stuff, and I'm good to go right there. So very, very handy to be able to use this to save stuff offline, and that's what I'm going to be doing with this. I'm going to take this phone in after this video, and I'm going to go through our club's local repeater list and simplex list and put in all the information from what I've got there so far. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next, but we're not going to do that on video. I just wanted to show it to you. I just wanted to explain this whole thing because it is a very handy little gadget. I am going to turn it off now, but it is a very little handy gadget, and it works a lot better. This seems to be a newer edition, because the first one I had, there's your USB-C charging port there, and they do give you a little thing. The first one I had didn't work as well. So that's how I program my radios. Anything that's compatible with, I will program it with that, because it's just so much easier. And I can save it while I'm sitting inside, come out here, pop it over on Bluetooth, and be done with it. So definitely a nice little added feature. Let's talk about some of the features this does have. Some of the features are similar to the Baofeng UV5R. It does have the light. In order to use the light, you're just going to push and hold the monitor button. Where is my monitor button? I hate when I do that. There you go. Push and hold. There we go. So you don't push and hold it. It says push and hold in the instructions. Then it will flash. And there you go. So you don't want to push and hold it. You just want to push it once. So it's not the brightest light, but it definitely is a light if you need a quick little light to see something up close and personal. I think that's kind of a neat thing to include in a radio you might be using, say, for an emergency. Now again, if your life depends on communications, of course you're going to probably want to upgrade eventually. But to get started with that huge pack of gear, I mean, this is a pretty decent radio for the price. And you're getting 2 of them. So if somebody else in the family decides that they want to become a ham too, guess what? They're already set. Also, too, if you're doing an event and your battery dies, it's kind of like the New York reload of radios. You just pull out another gun. No, another radio. So yeah, you just grab this one and charge up that one while you're waiting. So definitely cool. I would have liked to see them add the USB-C charging on the battery itself. I do have the cable for this from the Baofeng, actually, the original Baofeng I bought. But I would like to see them add a USB-C plug down here or something like that to the batteries. But all in all, for the price, for $70, you can't beat it. Now, you won't get that programmer with that deal. Okay, you will get the programming cable, but you won't get this. You'll have to get that separately. But definitely a good deal. I will leave a link to that programmer as well as this radio stuff here. I definitely think it's a nice radio, a good kit. Seems to work a little bit less buggy than the original Baofeng. So if you bought a Baofeng to begin with, give it another try with the TIDRADIO UV5R. I think the TIDRADIO works a whole lot better. It seems to be less buggy. The menus seem to be more intuitive. Does have more memories. It is FCC approved now. We do have an FCC approval number on it. You can look that up. The FCC ID is 2AWL3 TIDRADIO TDUV5R. So it is on the back of the radio. When I showed it to you before, you could pause the video. So at least you're not going to be transmitting out of bands with serious emissions or whatever. You're going to be able to have a decent, solid radio. So, like I said, link for these will be down below with that whole kit of stuff. It's not just 2 radios. It comes with the programmers, the chargers, everything. Earphones, upgraded antennas. I should say earbuds, not earphones. And all in all, nice little kit for under $70. So check them out. The link for that will be down below. The link for the programmer as well, although not included in this whole deal, will be down below as well. And they make a nice little Bluetooth programmer. That is very, very handy to have. If you've got these, you know, the dual connection like that on the side of your radio, chances are this is compatible. I mean, this thing does 100 different models. The TIDRADIO, of course, the Radioddity UV5G, the GM30. So if you look at the details on the site, you'll see there's a whole ton of radios that's compatible with. Pretty much, if your radio is made in China and has one of these plugs, it's compatible with it. So definitely a neat little system. I do like it. The radios are going to be in use out here. I will break them in and use them a little bit. I do have my old Baofeng UV9R over there, but I think these are going to take over duty for that, and I may sell that one off. See how I like these. All right, folks, that's the video for today. Like I said, link for these will be down below. The link for the programmer will be down below. The programmer is fairly simple. It comes in this tiny little box here. All that comes with it is a cable. So that link will be down below as well, and instructions. So you get that and the cable for it. The cable's over on the other side there. So definitely a nice little deal. Love the radios. They do feel, you know, a lot of people like the short little batteries on these. I don't. I like having more of a purchase on the radio. I like having a bit more grip on the radio. So I kind of like the longer battery on these. Plus you get extended run times, so you really can't beat that. Like I said, the power on it, about 4.5 to 5 watts using this antenna. The other antenna wasn't that great. SWR was a little bit high on it. So definitely stick with the upgraded antennas they're giving you. They're definitely way, way better. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check the links out for this and the programmer down below. This is an awesome deal for 2 radios. If you're just getting started in ham radio and you want something like this to start with, believe me, my first radio, my first handheld radio, and this is 1999, okay? It was a dual band Alinco HT, and it was over $300. Okay, and that was for an Alinco. Back then, they were kind of looked down on. These things, 2 of these for under $70, with all the accessories you're going to need to start out with, you can't beat that. So they're definitely a great deal. Check them out. Links will be down below. Don't forget to check out all our other links. I do have them a little bit spaced out now so you can see. So when you click see more in the description, you'll see all of our other links. We have our Amazon affiliate store, our freeze-dried wholesaler link. If you're interested in getting stocked up on some freeze-dried food, now is the time to do it. We're seeing supply chain issues again. We're seeing shortages. All you have to do is look to Florida where that hurricane is coming in today and see what it looks like when there's a panic. So you definitely want to get stocked up on food. My discount code, my link is the discount code. There's nothing to enter. You're going to click that link, you go there, and you get 15% off. Buy Patriot Supply link down below, preparedwithiridium.com, $250 off a 3-month kit, $50 off a 4-week kit of food, anything you want there. Check them out. That's a good way to get a bunch of bulk food to your door before something bad happens. The shipping times have improved somewhat. However, they are a little bit longer than usual because a lot of people are ordering. I got a ton of orders in this month. I could not believe how many people are ordering. So definitely get on the train and get with that if you need some extra food. We have our Jace Medical link and our Thrive Life link as well if you're interested in either prescription antibiotics from a U.S. doctor sent to your door or our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store if you're interested in getting some Thrive Life food. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.